Hey guys, just a reminder that this channel, The Entertain House, now has merch. You guys have been very supportive of the merch and become a housemate. Me and my dad have designed 10 different designs for you guys to enjoy. $35 each. Here's some photos of people in those shirts. Make sure you message my Instagram or comment below if you want a shirt. But let's get into another video. Guys, welcome back to the channel. We have had an extraordinary round of a comeback of footy. Very excited to get into my footy. You guys know I love my footy, and this channel is all about the footy, so it's good to be back in action with the recaps and the predictions which you guys saw last week. It's time to recap what we saw in round 3. So the first game saw my Eels, or the Broncos, take on the Eels. I was about to say the Eels take on the Broncos, but it was at Suncorp. Obviously, the big talking point, David Fifita was out. Tavita Pangai Jr. was out. Nathan Brown, we were missing that aggression, I felt like, but I thought we dug in really well. I have got some notes, but I'll try my best to remember everything because there are a lot to cover. But I basically thought the Eels were great. I think there's still another level of us. I think even in the Titans game, we weren't outstanding, and I wouldn't say we're outstanding this game. I definitely thought we were good though. I think higher completion rate is something that we need to work on. I think kick options needs a little bit of work. Moses' kick options could have been a little bit better, but our halves had a really good game. Dylan Brown was good. Mitchell Moses was standard, got the job done, but he didn't have that X factor for me in this game. Reed and Campbell-Gillard had his best game in blue and gold, and honestly, he was my man of the match. I, without a doubt, think he was so good. Gutherson had some key moments, but our forwards were really doing the job. And as for the Broncos, we managed to contain Payne Haas. As for the Broncos as a team, I thought Brady Croft looked good. He looked very much like a number 6 running the ball. And again, like Moses, I think the 5th tackle options may need some work, but he was good. But we contained Haas, so that's a job well done. And a 34-6 win means we are on top of the ladder once again. The next game saw the Cowboys play the Titans at their new stadium. Now, they really impressed me. I think the combination of Drinkwater and Holmes looked really good, and I'm looking forward to the Cowboys' spine developing even more. Reece Robson off the bench was outstanding, one of the best players of the round, from my opinion. He was absolutely outstanding. Jason Tamalolo, if you didn't know, massive game, massive meters. I think it was 295 meters, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was close to 300, which was crazy. He is at the top of the Dally M right now. He is 1 vote in front at the Dally M. I'm looking forward to seeing more of the Holmes and Drinkwater combination. The Cowboys look the goods. As for the Titans, Kevin Proctor and Keegan Hitgrave were 2 key forwards in this match. I thought they played really well. The Titans defended well, but the Cowboys' momentum just ran on top of them, and it became too much for the Titans that they couldn't control this game. I think the Titans were quite brave in some sense, though. I thought they were quite good in the first half, and I thought it was a good first half of footy. I won't tell you if I'll pick them this week, but I think the Titans will actually win a game very soon. Well, the Roosters, the Sydney Roosters are back. They were 0-2, and now they are 1-2. Teddy Tedesco, I told you he'd score, guys. Get on it. Good one there. Boyd Cordner was solid. Good to see him back. I think the leadership was missed a lot. Josh Morris was quiet, but his brother Brett was absolutely outstanding. Another one of the players in the round, for my opinion. Some massive, massive plays. He was probably my man of the match I've got. I thought the halves were solid. Curie looks as dangerous as ever. Kyle Flanagan looked good. I feel like there's more control and options in him, but I think that will really develop as his season goes on. As for Souths, I'm a little bit disappointed in their performance, and I'll speak a bit more about this on the In the Sheds podcast, which you will see on Wednesday. But I think Latrell looked good. I'm going to say, not the best and not X Factor, but he definitely looked like he was improving in that fullback position. There were still some errors, and he's got a lot of work, but Latrell, good stuff on Friday night. What a team performance from the New Zealand Warriors. I was in shock. I haven't got many notes here, but Nikorima, Katoa, and RTS, I want to see this performance against Penrith. The thing about the Dragons is that they were woeful. I've written, Jesus Christ, I feel sorry for the fans who tuned in to watch this game. I thought Tyson Frizzell was great. That is all I can write. The Dragons were terrible. They couldn't hold onto the ball. Poor errors, poor defense. Even kick options were not great. This game is fast now, and I don't think the Dragons can keep up with it. As for the Warriors, really impressive. As I said, I hope to see this against Penrith. Will I back them against Penrith? We'll have to wait and see. But really impressed with what I saw. And they had the best completion rate ever in the NRL, which is just mental. That is crazy. I'm really proud of the Warriors' performance. And I think the Warriors fans on this channel should be too. Okay, the next game, I tipped the Sharks against the Tigers. Let's speak about the Tigers. So a few big errors. They still managed to scrape a good win. Harry Grant at hooker, outstanding. He was so good. And I told you he is a future star of the game. I told Billy Walters, just like after the game, I thought that he reminded me a lot of Brandon Smith. His impact is huge, and I can't wait to see it develop even more. The Tigers had a real big game. I'm going to say I thought Thomas McHaley from the forwards was real good for the Tigers as well. There's the Tigers. For the Sharks, all I've written, they are in all sorts. I'm worried. I'm really worried. Will Kennedy looked good. I can't think of many positives for the Sharks. The off-field distraction of Bronson Cherry was huge, but I expected a lot more from them. I think the Sharks are in for a long season. The next game was my game of the round, believe it or not, between the Storm and the Raiders. I haven't said the scorelines. Anyway, 22 points to 6 in favour of the Raiders, pulling off the upset over the Storm. Let's speak about the Raiders. I still had the Raiders top 4, but I really questioned the loss of Aiden Caesar at the team. It was good to see Rapana back in that back line, but I questioned Aiden Caesar and George Williams, the new recruit. George Williams, you were fantastic. You were the player of the round. Your tackles were great. Your kicks were great. You were unforgettable. I want you to back this up against the Knights this week. And I want you to win the Dally M. That's how good and all over George Williams I am after that performance. I thought Josh Hodgson was freakish. He had a real good game as well. Congrats to Josh Papali on 200 game. Picking up the win on your 200th game, mate. Must have been pretty special. But we can't take away the limelight from George. As for the Storm, I've written not their best game at Amy. Munster was great. I think the team was quite good. I think the refereeing was not great. I think the Storm were really kept into this game, but they couldn't come up with points besides 6 points. But Raiders 13 plus, and as I said, Munster was good, but the Raiders, they were on fire and they're premiership favourites for a reason. The next game, you would think it was my game of the round, and it definitely was the most entertaining game of football for the round, but I think the Raiders' performance was just electric and fun to watch. As for this game, there were a few errors and things like that, but the Panthers and the Knights, a 14-all draw. Golden Point could not decide a winner. We got, just like the Broncos and the Warriors last year, a draw. Matt Burton really did try in this match. He tried to kick field goal. He had a decent game. Brilliant gripping game. Kick out was good, and I thought Stephen Crichton, once again, his impact is huge for the Panthers. As for the Knights, big injury. Connor Watson, Mitchell Pearce, injured. That is worrying for them. Very brave performance. I thought Penrith would snatch this one in Golden Point when it got to that Golden Point moment, but ended up being a draw. Chris Randall was amazing. Most ever tackles in NRL on debut. So good on that. Tex Hoy was good. Bradman Best was on another level. I didn't write it there, but Bradman Best was insane. Fantastic game. And let me know in the comment section, do you think the game of the round was the Panthers and the Knights or the Storm and the Raiders? All right, let's speak about the final game, which was the shittest game of the round. Manly obviously winning 32 points to 6. I backed Manly 13 plus without a doubt. Turbo was insane. Adam Fanua was great. Big meters gained. Bulldogs. I've written WTF. I honestly do not know what I can say about the Bulldogs. Jake Averillo, the try scorer, was good. Dallin tried. They look a mess. Just like the Sharks, I think they're in for a big year. Manly looked exceptional. They'll be playing finals footy. This game was at Central Coast Stadium, and my friend actually watched it from the road, so that's really funny as well. Should have gone and watched it live and seen just how good Manly were in this game. They slaughtered the Dogs, and yeah, I think who have they got this week? They've got the Eels, so we should be worried. So that'll do us for round 3. Let me know what your favourite game was in the comments. Let me know if you wanted your team of the week in the comments. Make sure you check out the merch. Make sure you check out In the Shed podcast at Wednesday 4 p.m, where you will see my tips, as well as tomorrow night I'll be doing my tips as well on there. But just make sure you subscribe to the In the Shed's podcast clips page. Follow us on Instagram. We're almost at 300 followers, which is insane. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the tips. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and comment your best player, game of the round, and predictions for next week if you really want to. Thanks guys. Smash that like button, subscribe. Once we reach 2,000 subscribers, which we are 40 off, there'll be 2 giveaways, one involving merch and one involving NRL traders. Thanks for watching guys. Smash that like button, and I'll see you guys next time.